Welcome everyone to NBA Countdown's Game 3 pregame show. I am your host, Sam Lanier. With me today is Kellen and Cullen. And boys, let's talk some Game 3 basketball. Let's get everyone's thoughts on, first off, the previous game, Game 2. So Kellen, let's start with you.
Game two, we really saw what the Warriors could do. I didn't doubt them after game one. They didn't play their game in game one, and it was still a competitive game. And we saw what the Warriors could do when their role players get it going and when Steph Curry has a big game. And when the Warriors are knocking down threes and they're switching on defense, the Celtics don't really have a lot for them offensively.
Well, the Warriors came with the energy, they came with the chemistry, and I believe that's why the outcome is what it was. I believe that's why the Warriors ended up winning. Jordan Poole really stepped up, and that's what he needs to do every single game. His shot making really allowed for the Warriors to trail out and take the big lead towards the fourth quarter and finish wrapping up the game.
Now, you brought up Jordan Poole, and he was obviously the X factor for Game 2. He had the huge third quarter momentum shift, I would say, really put the game out of hand. So let's go to you, Cullen, and let me ask you, who is the biggest X factor for Game 3 for Boston or Golden State?
Well, I wouldn't say this for any other series for Boston, but I believe in this series, the greatest X factor is Jason Tatum. He has not been playing like the leader that he is supposed to be. He is the alpha role on this team, and if he plays like it, they will end up winning this final series.
Very interesting. Now, let's get your take, Kellen.
I think the biggest X factor for the Warriors, he may not be an X factor, but I think it's Draymond Green. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, and in game one, we saw when Draymond's not playing well, when he's 2 for 12 and turning the ball over, the Warriors don't play well. And if Draymond plays well, the Warriors will win. If he doesn't, they won't.
I'm personally a Peyton Pritchard guy, so he's my X factor tonight. But let's get into some predictions here. This is what everyone wants to see. So, Kellen, who do you have taking a 2-1 series lead in Boston tonight?
I think the Celtics take it tonight. I said earlier that the Celtics offensive scheme doesn't have a lot when the Warriors are switching, but I think tonight you're going to see Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum make a lot of tough shots in isolation, and one of Grant Williams or Peyton Pritchard or Derek White is going to have a big game, and the Celtics are going to win a close one at home.
I agree. Jason Tatum will be in his environment, and that is what's key for him. He's a comfort player, and when he gets to play at home, he always plays well. I think if he plays like himself this game, they will do well tonight, and they will take the win.
No Warriors love tonight, I guess. I guess I'll go with the Warriors. But that was the NBA Countdown pregame show. Thank you for tuning in. This is your host, Sam Lanier, with Kellen and Cullen.